many things we know about the world's most famous Italian, who isn't a dictator. I'm sorry, Mussolini, you're just gonna have to wait till there's a Call of Duty campaign about you. He's determined, he's a master of physical comedy, he's got hot friends, he'll never be able to retire, and his name is Mario. We all love Mario, and we all know we love Mario. His namesake is synonymous with good vibes and platforming bliss, and he's one of the two video game characters your mom knows, the other being Kazuma Kiryu. But have you ever stopped to think about why we love Mario so much? I mean, sure, he's been around for over 35 years, but so was Tom Hopper. You don't see people theming their weddings after him. And why would they? He might have a recognizable face, but you can't name a single thing you've seen him in, that's a fact. And I guarantee he has never even been near a mega blooper. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I hate Tom Hopper. I've never met him personally, nor do I know anyone who has, but mark my words, Tom Hopper cannot be trusted. But Mario is good, and a friend to us all, and this assessment comes with little to no scrutiny. So today, I'd like to examine why we love Mario so much, and why our excitement for Super Mario 3D All-Stars is worth maintaining, even in the face of world events. For anyone who doesn't know, Super Mario 3D All-Stars is an upcoming compilation of classic 3D Mario adventures for the Nintendo Switch, which includes Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. These are broadly considered to be well-deserving of the All-Stars moniker, and these All-Stars won't expose thousands of people to COVID-19 like some other All-Stars who shall remain nameless. But despite these games' massive popularity, the discourse around their quality is typically reserved for which port or version is the superior experience, and the caliber of the games themselves are more or less a given. So what makes Super Mario games so universally accepted as great? Well, first and foremost, the enemies. People always love to praise Batman for having the best villains in the industry because they're so gritty and dark and surprisingly deep, but I pose to you this counter-argument. You can't name a single Batman villain in his, 1,000-year history that's even half as compelling, nuanced, and visually pleasing as a Shy Guy. Look at him. I love these guys. I want to be reincarnated as one of these guys. I don't even want to be in the same room as Harley Quinn. Get her away from me. And what about Sniffets, huh? What about Koopa Troopas? What about Paratroopas? Hammer Bros? Bob-ombs? These football guys? Galoombas? Those ankle-biting little garlic knots? Perfect. We all love all of these villains because they are all objectively more interesting than the Joker. I know it, you know it, heck, even Alan Moore knows it. And he wrote Killing Joke, which he doesn't even like. So we've established that Mario has some of the most likable enemy designs in modern history, but where exactly is Mario squaring off against these charming combatants? In some of the most likable environmental designs in modern history, of course. When your game's plot can be boiled down to a generic rescue mission centered around a character who exclusively speaks in exclamations, world building and environmental storytelling have to take the wheel, which they absolutely do in Super Mario games. Even in entries like Super Mario Sunshine that have a very concise island paradise aesthetic, Nintendo is able to squeeze so much life and personality out of these spaces and still find ways to throw you into an existential space puzzle every now and again. These worlds not only feel fresh and exciting every single time you visit them, but they feel lived in. They're not just pretty backdrops for some tight platforming, there's an internal logic to how they're constructed. This is doubly true in the spin-offs, like this year's Paper Mario the Origami King, which speaks to how ingrained in Mario's DNA these principles are. Mario exclusively hangs out in bold, eye-catching locales, and that's far more than you can say about, someone like Tom Hopper, who probably eats unsalted Triscuits and sleeps in a bathroom. The last thing I want to touch on here are character animations, which are the cornerstone of good platforming. As I discussed in my Academy Award-winning Sekiro video, if an action game doesn't reward the player with new abilities as they progress, the fun has to come from controlling the player character. It has to feel good to run and jump and slam your tuchus on the ground, and while this can be achieved by ritual blood sacrifice, a far more reliable method is to incorporate clear, satisfying character animations that sell the character's movements and weight, and Super Mario games do this better than anyone. Even going back to Super Mario 64, Mario's animations have crystal clear silhouettes and strong posing, and really haven't changed all that much in the 24 years since its release. Nintendo pretty much nailed it on their first attempt, which is a huge part of why the game holds up so well all these years later. So, the Super Mario franchise has a respectable rogues gallery, enigmatic environments, appealing animations, and tight controls, which is all well and good, but these elements are all complementary to the main Mario man himself, Mario. But what do these games teach us about why we love Mario? Well, that's a good question. Because he's you're playing him as he... Oh my god, is Mario boring? All the things that make Super Mario games interesting have little or nothing to do with Mario himself. I mean, it could be anyone in those overalls. If he's just a stand-in for the player that occasionally declares that he's tired and sets things on fire, how is he any better than a piece of wood? Oh, is Mario just the Tom Hopper of video games? No. I refuse to accept this. This can't possibly. I'm sorry. I just need a minute to think about this. I'm sorry. I just need a few minutes. Nah, Mario shreds. Sure, Mario might not have the most fleshed out personality or traumatic backstory of any AAA video game protagonist, but that doesn't mean his many adventures aren't valuable. Yeah, in a vacuum, Mario isn't much without the exciting world around him and the many colorful faces therein, but neither are any of us. We're all products of our environments, no different from one another, apart from the circumstances under which we were born. Mario is a being of curiosity and empathy, going where he's needed most and delighting in understanding the experiences of those he encounters. In other words, he is good and a friend to us all, and this assessment comes with little to no scrutiny. So, if you want to rejoin our beloved friend Mario for 3 of his most iconic adventures, head to your local GameStop store or GameStop.com and snag your copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars on Nintendo Switch before they're gone for good. And that's not me being cheeky, by the way. This is literally a limited run item that will only be available until March 2021, so literally get a move on if you're interested. And hey, if you want to hear more media criticism, music, and sustained commitment to dumb jokes from me, you can head to youtube.com/Nugatory videos. And before I go, Tom Hopper, I know I've been rough on you today. I don't have any ill will. You know, there's just a lot happening in the world right now. You're kind of an easy target. But also, your face looks very distinct and simultaneously like every other actor's face I have ever seen, and this is very upsetting to me. I don't understand what's happening there. Like, did you make a wish on a monkey's paw or something? Like, is this some kind of ironic consequence for one of your misdeeds? I have no idea. And I'm sure you're a good dude, okay? And, you know, congrats on Umbrella Academy. It's not my thing.